Hey everyone, my name is Kyle and welcome back to Hollow Knight. So I'd actually recorded these episodes a while ago while I was off, but I hadn't had a chance to edit them, and I forgot to add the most crucial part of the video. It's not really crucial, it's just telling you what part it is. So this is part 29 of Hollow Knight. This is going to be a slight bonus episode because I'm going to be reading through the Hunter's Journal. That's all this episode is going to be, so if you're not interested in that, then feel free to skip it. And in part 30 we are going to be carrying on from where we left off after the final boss in part 28. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. If you do, please consider giving it a like. If you enjoyed twice as much as regular enjoyment, you can always subscribe to the channel as well for more videos. So yeah, enjoy. Okie dokie. Sit on this bench and let's read through the journal then. So let's start at the very top. Right, crawlid. Timid scavenger that crawls through the caverns looking for food. Dull and pathetic, hardly worth killing. Yeah, these are going in order from when we meet them, I'm assuming, right? Flying predator that pursues its prey relentlessly. Vengefly. This fierce little hunter will bravely chase down creatures many times its size. Admirable, it is weak though, and I have devoured hundreds of them with little effort or care. Oh, so we're writing it down. Or is that the spider thing? The actual hunter, because it's got the eyes. Just cut there because did a big burp. Right. Vengefly King, patriarch of a Vengefly colony, swoops at intruders and cries out for reinforcements if threatened. Defeat one more to decipher the hunter's notes. Yeah, it's the hunter's notes. There we go, yeah. Gruser, or Gruzzer? Gruser, I think. Simple-minded creature that haphazardly buzzes around, bumping into things. They only seem dimly aware of their surroundings, making them easy prey to cut your fangs on. What is it that guides them on their paths? It almost seems like they search for ways to die. Gru's mother. Oh yeah, so it's Gru's, yeah. Gru's mother. Because it's definitely not Gruz's mother. Mature Gruser that carries its young in its belly. Attacks by hurling its huge body around. I don't remember seeing many of these and where they were. Defeat two more to decipher the hunter's notes. Tick Tick. Uses its small sharp claws to climb along walls and roofs. Yeah, like the crawlids, is it? Yeah. Spends its time tapping its way through the roads and caverns near the surface of this kingdom. If you're patient, you can wait for it to come to you and pick it off. Yeah. Aspid hunter, or aspid? Aspid. Bests its prey by spitting corrosive liquid, often hunts in packs. Cunning predators that will try to pick you off from a distance. Don't give them any space, just charge in and cut them down. You'll find they're not so cunning once they're dead, yeah, because like it says, it spits out their corrosive liquid. Aspid mother. Carries the eggs of its young inside its belly. Can hatch and birth its young as needed to deal with intruders. Shamelessly uses its own young. Yeah, I was just about to say. From reading that first paragraph. So she uses her own kids to save herself. And then in the hunter's notes, shamelessly uses its own young as a weapon against its foes. Appalling, yes. But I do admire its resourcefulness. Good hunters do not always make good parents. That's so funny, I was thinking the exact same thing. Right, aspid hatchling. Recently birthed, these young aspid instinctively swarm around intruders. These hatchlings are born with an instinct to kill. They are still only infants though, and you can crush them between your fangs without thinking. Just don't let them overwhelm you with numbers. Gome. Thickly armoured, it bursts from the ground to seize prey in its fangs. These brutes seem to be impervious to most damage, so you can sharpen your weapon on their thick hide Or just slash away at them for your own amusement. They barely seem to notice. Damn, okay, well I thought they were like digging the tunnels at first. I mean, they are digging their own tunnels, but I don't know if they dig like the tunnels of Hollow Nest. Wandering husk, the remains of a bug animated by a strange force. Wanders the roads where it once lived. These civilized bugs of Hollow Nest were weak in life, and now they are equally weak in death. Send them back into the dirt they were born in. Husk Hornhead, the remains of a bug animated by a strange force. The remains of a bug animated by a strange force. Uses its horns to attack any uninfected creature it finds. These bugs have an arrogant air about them even after dying. Overly proud of their long horns, I enjoy snapping them off. Right, Leaping Husk, the remains of a bug animated by a strange force. It will instinctively leap at uninfected creatures to attack them. The bugs of Old Hollow Nest did not hunt their own food. They had it brought to them. That's why they were so weak. That's why their kingdom crumbled into dust and faded away. They had food delivery, they had Uber Eats as well then. Husk Bully. The remains of a bug animated by a strange force. It aggressively attacks any uninfected creature it finds. A thick orange mist fills these walking corpses. It has a sweet, sickly taste to it. I find it foul. After you kill these creatures, I suggest you do not eat them. Yeah, because of this infection thing, right? The remains Husk Warrior. The remains of a bug, animated by a strange force, wields a nail and a shell. Softened by generations of luxury, these bugs lack claws or armor or venom. Those who wish to protect themselves are forced to fashion weapons from stone, ore, or shell. Husk Guard. The remains of a great Hollow Nest crossguard, animated by a strange force, instincts still drive it to guard its posts against intruders. Entombed Husk. Mummified remains, deformed and enraged by infection. Yeah, they make a creepy noise, don't they? They make a really creepy noise. False Knight, a maggot driven mad by a strange force, inhabits a stolen armoured shell. Oh right, that's why it's called the False Knight. Weak creatures love to steal the strength of others. Their lives are brief and fearful, and they yearn to have the power to dominate those who have dominated them. Life Seed. A small scuttling seed filled with lifeblood, which can be extracted and consumed for its healthful properties. The bright liquid inside of these little fellows is delicious, and drinking it will make you feel stronger. I wonder how my own innards taste. Would it be a heinous thing to try and drink some? Boulder. Rolls into a ball and propels itself at intruders who wanders into its territory, aggressive even when newly born. Younger hunters delight in catching these creatures and rolling them around for sport. I encourage you to indulge yourself if the fancy strikes you. Elder Boulder. Bulky and covered in thick plating, retracts into itself when attacked. As they age, these creatures become too heavy and lumpy to roll around freely. Instead, they curl up and hide from the world. What do they think of in there, wrapped up inside of themselves? More carefree times, perhaps. Moss Creep. Weakling that covers itself in leaves to appear larger, hides amongst the undergrowth. I used to think these things are merely ambling plants. When I learned they were actually living creatures, I began to kill them on sight. This is the nature of the hunt. Mossfly. Winged weakling that covers itself in leaves to appear larger. Hides amongst the undergrowth, fleeing if predators draw near. They spend their whole lives hiding or fleeing. How sad. Or perhaps that is the life they choose for themselves and they enjoy it? Is a strange thought, but not impossible. Mosskin. Plant-like bug that charges at foes when close. Got to defeat one more of those. I mean, there's a few so far that we need to defeat more of. Volatile Mosskin. Plant-like bug swollen with infection releases deadly gas when threatened. The gas that seeps from their growths smells invitingly sweet, but it will burn through shell and flesh if you get too close. Will it? Yeah, it will. Fool Eater. Ooh. Fool Eater. A carnivorous plant that snaps at any creature that comes close. You really would have to be a fool to be tricked by a plant. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I've been tricked a few times by those, to say the least. Squit. Charges at prey with its needle-like proboscis. Proboscis? Proboscis. Proboscis? Proboscis. When they lunge at you, don't panic. Stand your ground and strike back as they come close. Oh, right, so you can hit them when they're charging to you, maybe? I didn't know that, I don't think. I would just wait for them to charge and then hit them. Squid, yes. Obble. Fat, slow, flying bug. Frequently discharges the acidic liquid stored in its round body. Does it realise what a nuisance it is, drifting around, spilling its noxious juices everywhere it goes? If you see any, make sure to kill them. Gulker. Aggressive plant life that retracts protectively when danger is near, spits hard spiky balls when foes are at a distance. Maskfly, harmless flying creature that favours serene environments, usually travels in flocks. Moss Charger, timid creature that frightens away intruders by covering itself in huge clumps of moss. Defeat 2 more of those, yeah. Massive Moss Charger. Family of creatures that have learnt to bulk up with moss and live as one. There's strength in numbers, yes, but these creatures never had much strength to begin with, cut through their trickery. Moss Knight, protector of the green path, trained in ways of the nail and the shell. Mossy Vagabond, lazy, portly mosskin, easily swayed by others. Slow, fat and easily vanquished, common threads in those who forget their calling and forsake their duties. Duranda, simple flying creature protected by a spiky shell. Charged Lumafly, when threatened they cluster together generating electricity. They usually drift about peacefully, but sometimes they cluster together and spit out a sharp, crackling flash that will stun and burn even large beasts like myself. Watch closely for an opening and move past them quickly. Woma? Smallest jelly form, passive and unaware but pulsing with dangerous electric charge. The spirit of a dead ancestor, the brain of a larger creature. Allowed to drift free. And an egg searching for a safe place to spawn? I have no idea what this is. Uma. Passive outer being protecting an aggressive explosive core. Ghastly, eerie creature made out of a thick liquid. You can peer right through them and can't see where they keep their thoughts. I don't trust them at all. Keep away. Umu. Intelligent being that guards this inner chamber of the teacher's archives. The canyon below us, the one thick with fog and crackling with strange energy. A hunter can lose their senses down there. Be careful. Strange and unnatural things lurk there. Ambloom. Simple-minded crawling fungus. Its cap is covered in a layer of hardened spikes. Lie on your belly, open your maw and let this tasty morsel stroll straight into your stomach. Fungling. Passive fungal balloon. Internal gases causes it to float. Just a child, it drifts about with closed eyes and an open mind. When I was young, my brothers and sisters and I would hunt each other in the nest. Now I hunt alone. Fungoon, fully grown fungal balloon, spits built up internal gas at aggressors. So round, I don't think I've seen a rounder creature than this. This world certainly hides some marvellous creatures. I must hunt them all down. Sporg detects nearby movement and fires out explosive spores that drift towards their target. Yeah, they're annoying. Fungified husk. The remains of a bug consumed by a fungus frequently releases clouds of thick, deadly gas. The bugs of Hallownest are so pathetic that being infected by poisonous fungi actually increases their chance of survival. They really are absurd creatures. Shroomling. Young fungal creature, spends most of its time in the ground but can uproot and flee if it senses danger. Looks like an ordinary mushroom until you get close, then it pops out of the ground and starts scurrying around blindly. Very, very amusing. Shroomal warrior, young fungal creature that attacks intruders to protect its young. Shroomal ogre, huge fungal creature, attacks by spitting corrosive venom and slamming its body into foes. Mantis youth. Member of a proud tribe, fiercely protective of its territory, launches stinging attacks with its needle-sharp abdomen. As it grows, it loses the ability to fly. Passage into adulthood is often celebrated, but as time goes by, we realize that we have lost. Mantis warrior, member of a proud tribe, fiercely protective of its territory, launches savage attacks with bladed forelimbs. Mantis lords, leaders of the Mantis tribe and its finest warriors. They bear thin nail lances and attack with blinding speed. The Mantis tribe and the bugs of old Hallownest had no love for each other. Ah, okay. The Mantises outlived their rivals though, and their civilization still stands. Ah, interesting. Yeah, I wondered why they seemed to like not be infected or whatever, because it's not that they. I think the ones that are husks are the only ones that are getting this infection, aren't they? I believe, and these conscious people aren't. They're immune to it. Or maybe because there was that one minor bug. Was it Milo or something? And she seemed aware, and then we went to visit her later on and she was like looking like she was turning into a husk because she had orange in her eye. Mantis lords are cool. Their designs are cool. Husk sentry. Animated remains of a Hallownest sentry, still retains some memories of its former task. More skilled at combat than most bugs of Hallownest, they are nimble but lightly armoured. Keep the pressure on them. Heavy sentry, animated remains of a large Hallownest sentry, one of a few in Hallownest strong enough to wield a great nail. Surprisingly quick-witted for a corpse, it will try to catch you if you leap over it and can chase you if you flee. Enjoyable to hunt, but beware them in packs. Yeah. Winged Sentry, flying sentry of Hallownest, patrols the heights of the vast cavern in which the city was built, dances through the air just out of reach until it spots an opening, then swoops in for a decisive strike. If you're confident, wait for it to come to you, then counterattack. Yeah, never really tried like parrying and stuff. Like hitting them as they hit you with an attack. Done it by accident, sometimes. Lance Sentry, winged sentry of Hallownest, equipped with a nail lance, charges at threats or throws its lance from a distance. This devious foe will often keep its distance and try to pick you off with its thrown weapons. When it charges at you, leap up and strike it down. Mistake. Once a highly intelligent being, yeah, I know we've read a few of these before. deformed by the misuse of soul. These fools meddled with the soul of other creatures and lost their shape. Now they skulk through the shadows of their sanctum like slugs, hoping their old brothers will build them new bodies. Wow. Once a highly intelligent bug inflated by misuse of soul. I've heard folly. I've heard whispers that the secret these fools were searching for was immortality, to live forever. I've never heard of anything so obscene. Soul Twister. Highly intelligent bug that uses arcane knowledge to twist soul into vicious spells. Defeat 9 more of these. Yeah, I remember those being quite annoying, because they'll just teleport everywhere. Soul Warrior. Learned bug. Wielding a refined pin blade. Enhances its combat prowess with harvested soul. One more of those. Soul Master. Head of the Soul Sanctum. Hoarded soul hoping to starve off Hallinest's affliction, but eventually became intoxicated by its power. Maybe... yeah, maybe the infection is just... you can get it, maybe. The bugs of Hallinest tried all kinds of tricks and rituals and prayers to rid themselves of the infection. Okay, yeah, no, it's just, but to no avail. Perhaps the infection came from somewhere deep inside of them that they could not escape. Husk Dandy, former member of Hallinest's High Society, limited offensive ability. It seems the weakest, greediest members of Hallinest were also the ones who exerted the most influence. Truly a kingdom that was always destined for ruin. So this is City of Tears, isn't it, they're talking about? Cowardly Husk, former member of Hallinest's High Society. Although made aggressive by the force inside, old instincts still occasionally compel it to run from danger. Fearful, a cowardly nature of these Hallinest bugs persists even after death. It almost feels shameful to chase and cut them down. Yeah, those ones just run away, don't they? Gluttonous Husk, former member of Hallinest's High Society, uses its corpulent body as a weapon. Yeah, Humpty Dumpty. Gorgeous Husk. Corpulent husk encrusted with a shining metal, retains the instinct to hoard geo. There is beauty in many things, reflections of light in water, the taste of freshly killed meat, the cry of a hatchling for its mother. I've never understood the lust for metals and stones though. Great Husk Sentry, animated remains of a great sentry, the most elite of the city's guards. Wields a great nail and shell, its powerful attacks cause heavy damage. Watcher Knight, discarded shell of a Watcher Knight, reanimated by a swarm of infected flies. Oh. When these silent warriors fall in battle, their bodies split open and strange bugs come flying out. I don't remember that. I wonder what they will come flying out of me when I die. Will my hopes and fears drift away into the darkness? Bellfly. Thin wings hide a highly volatile belly. It will give its own life to protect its territory. An angry creature with no regard for its own life, a creature without fear. Can it truly be called prey? Pillflip. Odd creature that adapts to changing situations by flipping over and using the limbs on the other side of its body. Adaptability is an important survival skill. If a problem seems insurmountable, try approaching it from a different angle. Whump. Whurmp. Whurmp. Tiny and placid, but swells to enormous size when threatened. Extremely amusing creature. Bloogsack or Blugsack. Bloogsack. Placid but putrid creature holds rancid eggs within its gut. Easily tracked down if you have a sense of smell. I strongly suggest you do not eat its eggs. Dung Defender, skilled combatant living at the heart of the waterways, assails intruders with balls of compacted dung. Fighting for honour or for loyalty, you may as well be fighting for dust. If you want to kill, do it for your own sake. That is the nature of a true hunter. Flukefee, youngest of its species, its body is composed of teeth, wings and stomach. Seems to want to latch onto any living thing that comes by with its sharp little teeth. It will leave its cousins alone though, so it isn't completely mindless. Flukemon. Ah, gotta catch 'em all. Fluke 'em on. Fluke 'em on. Worm-like creature that prefers damp, dark habitats. Dangerous, unpredictable foes that infest the pipes below Hallownest's capital. Even when it seems you've killed them, you need to stay on guard. Yeah, because they come back a few times, don't they? Shardmite feeds on crystal dust and uses crystallized spines to protect itself from danger. Glimback. Slow, hardy creature. The crystals that grow on its back provide extra protection from foes above. Large and well protected, but slow and docile. The bugs of Hallownest used to force these creatures to carry around their carts and machines. Crystal Hunter fires shards of grass at fast-growing crystal intruders. Make their homes all the way up at the top of the world. Do they use the crystals willingly as weapons, or are they merely hosts and the crystals parasites? Wow. Husk Miner. Remains of a bug drawn to the crystal peak for its precious crystal. Its claw pick now doubles as a fierce weapon. The bugs of Hallownest lusted after the strangest things in life. They would dig furtively through the dirt for stone, ore, and in particular the crystals that grow at the top of the world. Crystal Guardian. Heavy-set miner of the crystal peak, overcome by crystal growth, can discharge blazing beams of light from its crystallized limbs. Yeah, maybe the crystal is like a parasite to a degree then. Furious Vengefly. Vengefly whose body has been distorted by continued infection, highly aggressive. Volatile Gruiser. Gruiser swollen with infection and primed to burst. Defeat 11, we've got quite a lot to defeat these. Maddened by massive infection, charges at enemies with no thought for its own preservation. Violent Husk. Slobbering Husk. The body of a bug is completely consumed by infection, spits corrosive liquid. Dirt Carver. Swarming predator of the deep nest, burrows through the ground and bursts out to surprise prey. Springy and vicious, these hunters will try to overwhelm you with numbers in the dark, tight, twisting caverns. They carve through the ground. Always be on your guard. Like wood lice, aren't they? But with pincers. Remember them being really annoying. Not wood lice, silverfish looking things. Carver Hatcher. Flying creature that fires out dirt carvers from its body when potential prey comes close. Yeah, it can get annoying. Garpede. Giant borrower, covered in thick shell plates, tirelessly travels the tunnels of the deep nest. Monstrously strong, they shrug off any attacks you make on their thickly armoured bodies. Luckily, if you simply avoid their paths, they'll leave you alone. For Corpse Creeper. Corpse Creeper, yeah, these ones are gross as well. A parasitic beast that controls the body of its host after the host's death. The beasts of this land have found plenty of ingenious hiding places, but none so clever as the body of another creature. If you happen on such a beast, rejoice, you've hunted two creatures at once. Sure. Deepling, infant of the deep nest, scuttles about in the darkness, learning the layout of its home. The deep nest is a dangerous place to hunt, but rewarding. Keep an eye out for weaker creatures you can pick off and eat. Keep your strength up in the darkness. Deep Hunter. Crawls along walls and roofs, spitting burning venom at anything that passes by. Yeah, they're annoying as well. They can be hard to spot as they flitter in and out of the darkness. Watch for their glowing eyes. Yeah, those were kind of annoying too. Little Weather. Actually, no, that weren't too bad. But they could get flippy floppy. Just scurrying around all on the screen. Little Weaver, nimble spider that traverses its domain on thin strands of web, often waits in ambush. They can appear from the darkness at any moment. They seem to fly through the air, dancing on invisible strings as they silently stalk prey. Stalking Devout. Worshippers of Hurrah the Beast shield themselves with hard-plated foreclaws, then lash out suddenly to cut down prey. Nosk. Mimics the shape of other creatures to lure prey to its lair. In the deepest darkness there are beasts who wear faces stolen from your memories and pluck at the strings in your heart. Know yourself and stay strong. Shadow Creeper, found only in deep dark places, has never been observed to eat or drink anything. This little creeper is weak and poses no threat, but something about it still unsettles me. The way it moves and the noises it makes are strange somehow. Morlurk. Large immobile creature wildly spits venom when intruders pass by. Brooding Morlek. Ferocious but extremely social creature. Becomes aggressive if not able to mingle with its own kind. I hear this beast crying out sometimes as I prowl the caverns, although I've never actually laid eyes on it. Who or what is it calling for? As far as I can tell, its voice is never answered. Lightseed, a single-celled organism completely infected, scurries about simple-mindedly. Infected balloon, single cell of infection, this simple mind and can float using internal gases. Broken vessel, shattered corpse reanimated by infected parasites. The shape of this creature, I have seen something like it before, more than once perhaps. It looks a little like the bugs of Hallownest, but not quite the same. Where did these empty little wanderers come from? From the basin, right? Maybe? That seems like there's like some cycle that keeps happening. Boofly. Large docile creature that peacefully buzzes around in the caverns of Kingdom's Edge. Too slow to escape you and too large to hide from you. This prey will not challenge you, but sometimes it is good to take things easy. Primal Aspid. Wilder ancestral from the form of the aspid. Once Primal Aspid, wilder ancestral form of the aspid. Once thought extinct, they have reappeared at the edges of the world. These cruel foes will ambush you and relentlessly attack with their searing venom. How strange that their descendants are so weak. If I have children, I hope they will be stronger than me. Hopper leaps at prey and uses its sharp proboscis to drain vital fluids. This hopping thief's belly is full of the blood it has stolen from other beasts. If you hold it above a fire, the belly will grow and grow until it explodes in a steaming shower of fluids. Great Hopper leaps around the edge of the world, trying to crush prey beneath its body. Grub Mimic. Again, we've only found one of these. There's apparently 4 more, at least. That's probably all of them then, isn't it? Grub Mimic assumes the shape of a harmless creature to lure prey. Hiveling, smallest of the hive's inhabitants, carries out simple tasks. Weak but hard-working and numerous, their hairy little bodies are filled with a thick, sweet golden liquid, good to keep a few on you for long hunts. Yeah, so they are like little bees, right? Because they had that hive that I found, and there seemed to be some more of that hive that I don't know where we could access from. Spiny Husk, overgrown with vegetation, it attacks by firing sharp spines from its body. Loodle, these ones were really annoying. Inhabits the wilds beside the Queen's Gardens. Not aggressive in nature, but its wild bouncing behaviour can be dangerous. It seems like their energy is limitless. Do they ever stop to sleep or eat or love? Mantis Petra lurks amongst foliage and attacks by flinging wind scythes from a distance. They will harass you from afar, so get close and strike quickly. Their bodies are brittle and will easily fall to your nail. Mantis Traitor. Once a member of the Mantis tribe, now cast out and driven mad by infection. Belonging to a tribe or not belonging. I don't really understand what the difference is or how it works. I have no tribe of my own. Traitor Lord. Depose. Oh yeah, and there was the traitor's son bit as well. I wonder if we can interact with that now we've killed the Traitor Lord. Deposed Lord of the Mantis tribe embraced the infection and turned against his sisters. I have felt that desire, the desire to take the infection into myself, to become stronger, more powerful. These thoughts haunt my dreams during the darkest time. A false hope, but it can burn so brilliantly in one's mind. 0. Lingering dream of fallen warrior, executed for crimes against the king. A life defined by tragedy and triumph. Death marred by sorrow and regret, a spirit burdened by sins and memories. Better to wander the world than be cursed with glory. Yeah, so he decided not to join this hive mind thing, or dreamland. Mamu, lingering dream of a fallen warrior, protector of the Queen's gardens. If you believe in something as hard as you can, with the eyes shut tight, eventually it will come true. Mamu. No eyes. Lingering dream of a fallen warrior, disappeared during the plague. They're coming. What's inside of you? Strip it out. No eyes. Galleon. Lingering dream of a fallen warrior trained in the wilds bordering the kingdom, hoping to become a knight. A knight strives not only to protect the land and its people, but the hopes and dreams of the kingdom. Galleon. Grimkin Novice. Young and playful member of the Grim Troop. As part of the ritual, it gathers scarlet flame within its torch. It will relinquish the flame once defeated. Shadows dream of endless fire. Flames devour and embers swoop. One will light the nightmare lantern, cool and serve in Grim's dread troop. The Grim Troop. Sibling. Fragment of a lingering will. Be 6 more. Void tendrils. Fragments of void taking the shape of sharp, thrashing tendrils. The bugs of Hallownest sometimes wondered whether there were other, older, stranger kingdoms deep below them. What strange fancies they had. That's probably why they were always so distracted and easy to kill. Hornet. Skilled protector of Hallownest's ruins. Wields a needle and thread. I have seen this nimble little creature. I thought her prey and pounced her. But with a flash she stabbed me with her flying stinger and darted away. Could she be a hunter? And lastly, Shade. Echo of a previous life. Defeat it to retake its power and become whole. Each of us leaves an imprint of something when we die. A stain on the world. I don't know how much longer this kingdom can bear the weight of so many past lives. Right. Well, that is the journal. And so, with that, obviously I appreciate this episode was mostly me just reading lore stuff, but I've said it in previous parts that I did want to do this, learn more about the creatures and the backstory of those there. Obviously there's still lots more to log in the Hunter's Journal, and obviously new enemies and new bosses will appear in there as and when we defeat them. But yeah, that is this episode for today. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Please do, again, consider giving it a like, comment, subscribe if you really enjoyed it. Remember, twice as much as regular enjoyment. I think that deserves a subscribe. See you guys in the next episodes. Stay safe until then, and see you later. Bye.